Hi and welcome to Drawing Rocks. I'm Alex, and in today's video I'm going to showcase an introduction to design thinking in the form of an online workshop I held for some lovely people. But first, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss other workshops and information on the subject. So if you're just getting started with design thinking, like the participants in my workshop did, you better get acquainted with some core concepts that are most important for the subject.
So one of them is problem is opportunity. We don't have problems to solve, we have opportunity. This is an important thing because problem might be a somewhat infected word, like nobody wants to have a problem, you run away from the problem or something like that. But the people that are into design thinking, they are searching for the problems all the time. They are looking for them, just more interested in the problem maybe in the first stages, of course, than something else. Because the problem is the need of the user, and the need of the user is reached by the product that you have an idea to develop. Human-centered is one big and important concept of design thinking because you put the person in the middle, and it's very important because you start with people's needs, and this is why empathy is one first stage of the design thinking process. Failing fast would be the fact that we shouldn't be afraid of failing and maybe embrace the experience rather than the success of it. It's a problem that I also had, that I fall in love with an idea fastly. It's not working, but I'm already in love with the idea, and I'm not thinking about what I should do. Maybe it's not the best idea, or maybe I'm not taking into consideration something. So you gotta fail. It's normal. It's part of the process. Co-creation would be the fact that we are not the sole creator of something. We are working in teams, and we have to respect their opinions. Mindset that we touched upon with the new light in which we can see things. It could be one core concept of design thinking. And validation. As I said, you have to, if you are building something for someone, you have to validate that that something is needed by that someone, because other than that, you're just wasting your time with things not needed by the very person you are trying to build that product for me. And process is related more to not knowing where you are going, because you are affected by some people's needs that you don't really know. And it's best to keep an open mind. It's best to keep yourself open to new ideas and changes.
Also, this workshop is a brainstorming for crisis situation. We use the case of the pandemic from the first months of 2020 to start finding ideas for the people in need, thus showing how the design thinking process could help in this kind of situations. There are many ways and platforms to better work in teams online. I prefer to use Mural, and you will find a link to it in the description. We use this platform all through the workshop. First, we narrow down the stakeholders. In this case, the most affected professions during the pandemic.
And we're going to use the post-its to write a profession on it and put it in this bullseye where you think it's the most affected by the pandemic crisis that we have.
We voted and picked 3 essentials: the doctors, the police officers, and the couriers. Thus, 3 teams were formed to carry on with the first phase of the design thinking process: empathy.
Seeing things from their perspective and not yours, because you are doing the product for them. And we are doing this through first of all our senses, but we have tools for that, and talking to people is one simple one, but also we can study this. All this information goes into an empathy map. We are mapping the way the user is behaving and understanding him from the point of view of what he says, what he does, what he thinks and what he feels. This is really important for the way you organize information.
The teams worked in parallel and mapped the things they could think of about the three targets.
Sometimes they are worried for their families and for their own health. Other times they may get angry at the inefficient system and at the people that get sick and also infect the others by not respecting the safety measures.
Now it's a very great time to actually see the true problems in the medical system and how they actually infect when it's a time of crisis rather than every day-to-day life, especially how to manage the resources, and that's why they're short on resources and have to reuse some of them, which is really not in the best interest of anyone. They can also see that people do not respect the measures, and also they see every day infected people, people in pain, suffering from this virus, and they see their colleagues struggling to maintain the situation to a normal level, which is quite sad and has a huge impact on their mental health also.
And they advise other people on what to do. And here we're talking about doctors that go on the internet and advise people to stay home, what shall they do, other activities to keep themselves busy in this crucial time and sacrifice their time and health.
We really thought about the fact that at this particular moment, they are focusing on imposing as much as of the restrictions and respecting them as much as they can, and in order to keep the people safe and to enforce the law as good as they can. And their worries are the people that are not respecting the restrictions that are imposed. Mostly what they are seeing is that the society began and actually at this moment has gone to a point in which there are two major sides.
And one side of the society, what does? They don't respect the border, right?
They see people on the streets with no reason, like just
okay, people on the street with no reason. This is something they see, you know. It's really important to make it clear like this, you know. Yeah, so
less abstract, more specific.
Yeah, specificity is super important for this. Yeah.
Good.
The thing is, they have a stricter attitude towards people in general, and they are more present in the city than before. And they are more cautious in general.
Painting games, we thought that they are also scared, especially on some particular missions, like dangerous missions, but they are also scared of, like the doctors, of course, of not being infected because they interact with a lot of people on a daily basis. So this is regarded with the fears, okay? They feel fear. They are also fear somehow at some extent about society's opinions and attitudes towards restrictions. A negative, or people don't necessarily believe in the restrictions. Some of them go in the area that they don't think the virus exists at all, and this is something frustrating for them because they have to deal on a daily basis with these kind of people. They are also frustrated because they don't get tested, and one of the obstacles is a general lack of equipment and tests. And about the gains, it's compassion from people that understand their work, and a general improved mindset towards their effort.
Here we thought about an online and TV campaign, a day in the life of a police officer. It can be a solution in order to improve the attitude towards the police officers.
If you say, okay, how might we develop an online campaign that talks about one day in a police officer's life, you should have here the fact that people don't understand the police.
After this, we got into the how might we's.
How might we are actually questions that you put
Yes.
yourself in order to identify future solutions. So it's actually step forward in the process of identifying the right questions that need to be addressed in order to find specific
Yes.
solutions to specific problems.
So I'm thinking about how could an observation might sounded like here. The fact that they don't get tasted for sure, it's something that could get us to this a petition. But step forward for not being tested would be how they could be tested, because a petition might or might not be the right solution for this.
So couriers, when we refer to them, we thought of the one that bring food.
Fear of getting infected by adults. So how might we, in this case,
Like how might we help them not get infected?
this could be one, yeah, super. What other can you find on this one? How might we what?
Try our best not to do as much online shopping as we used to. I know it's
Perfect.
hard,
Yeah, super.
but
super.
if we do like a lot every day, we want to receive a package or 2 or 3. We put many people behind that one single package in danger. The one that work at factories, the one that bought it to you. So if we try to reduce only essential shopping, maybe we can help them.
Yeah, this is nice. So your solution at the end, reduce shopping, okay, might be a solution, but might not be. But the fact that you discovered that we as a behavior might be part of their problem of getting infected because they have to go and deliver packages for us, this is a good conclusion. Usually, you should use the how might we at the beginning of this sentence, because it's something that somewhat forces you to think in a question matter and not in a solution way, because we are not at the solution yet. The tendency to go at the solution, this is super, but we have to restrain ourselves from going at a solution that maybe it isn't actually a solution, because we don't have enough data or don't know enough stuff. As you will see in the next slides, the validation is a core concept of design thinking that's super important for any idea. And the validation can happen at the end or through the process.
This technique brought us a step closer to the solutions and was a challenge for the participants not to rush into conclusions too fast.
So these are my recommendations for you today. The MOM test is actually a book, even though you find videos and talks about it on YouTube. But Talking to Humans is another book that you could use.
We had a lot of fun and everybody had the chance to actively participate. I'm Alex and I would like to thank you for watching this introduction into design thinking. Until next time, keep learning and keep teaching.